What up? What up? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. It's been a while since we've done this, so I know there'll be a lot of new people. But if you are one of those new people, we do always usually start this show by being transparent. I know I didn't do any show yesterday, but I'll tell you at least how I've been doing, so the new people, can determine how they want to either tell or fade or whatever it is that you guys want to do. So, and I apologize. I'm over here trying to, and also, my bad. This is my first time using Spaces and YouTube together. So, stall me out, if I'm a little bit slow trying to get it all together. Shout out to Aaron in the chat. I saw you in here early. He's excited for the show. Justin as well. Appreciate you tapping in, brother. So, MLB playoffs. I did get reverse swept yesterday, but in general, I am 25 and 17. That is slightly below 60%. So we'll take a look at the game today. I really like talking out baseball with my guys. We've been doing this for a while, and I really trust the way some of these guys handicap. And NBA is opening day. Last season, I know I had over a thousand plays, probably over 1,100 plays, and we gained about 129 units. So it was a success there. I do have a few plays that I'm already liking for today, and we'll get to it. If anybody, and it's been a while since I've done the spaces, but if anybody would like to come up on the stage and cap the games with me, feel free. Just hit the request button, and I'll do my best to get the people up here. Send a couple of invites out for the people who do usually come and help cap the card or have come. And no pressure to join, but as always, you're more than welcome. So I'll start in the NBA because I don't want to talk baseball by myself. I just don't. We have two games for tonight. We can get into a little bit of NBA futures maybe at the end, but and there we go. There go my boy. What up, Wham Bam?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, and hopefully I got it worked out where the people on YouTube can hear you as well. But I definitely hear you. How you been lately? How was NBA for you last year? I know you excited. Do you want to start with the NBA today too?
Oh yeah, I want to start with the NBA. I come up with the just pretty much gave it all up over for the weekend. So I'm pretty much ready for the NBA for sure. And last season was great, man. We had a good prop season. Finally, you know what I mean? Like able to focus in on like what works. So I'm trying to do the same thing this weekend, going on to this year. It's a new season, man. It's a lot to talk about, bro. Like, new things to talk about. We don't even know what the second half of the season is. And it's a lot of stuff to talk about. So, I'm excited to talk about it with you too, of course, bro. In the chat, shout out to the people here, man.
Let's get it. Let's get it. And Wham, let me ask you this. Well, I'll start with the first game for the day. We can do futures later. The first game for the day, we'll go 501, 502. I know people want some actionable info for today. We're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets. This game opened Nuggets -5. Looks like, I mean, it's been going up and down, but it looks like it's settled at a 5 right now once again. Total open 226 and a half. We're now looking at 228 and a half. We always take a look at the injury report, even though it's open today. We should already know who's good to go. For the Lakers, Vanderbilt will not be available. Hodge, Castleton, none of the people. I mean, I wasn't expecting any of these people to play anyway. So Vanderbilt is really the only person for the Lakers that I was expecting to be out on the court who will not be. For Denver, looks like Strother, J Huff, our game time decision. All the rest of the usual suspects are going to be in for them. So this is one I like quite a bit. We all know how last year went. Lakers made the trade at the deadline. They got rid of Russell Westbrook. All the new additions came over, and the Lakers started to trend upwards. They made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals, where the Nuggets just smacked them up and ended up sweeping them, and they let them know about it. They let them know about it right after the series. They let them know about it when they were playing in the finals. They let them know about it over the summer. They just can't stop talking about the Lakers. So I do remember hearing during the summer, whether it was a podcast or a show or however they call it, it was Coach Ham with Chris Haynes and Mark Stein. And they asked him about the new nickname, or he just responded to the new nickname that Coach Malone was trying to say, just saying that he's the Lakers' daddy or they're the Lakers' daddy or whatever. And Darvin Ham responded, he was like, "Oh wow, you're gonna bring up Money Mike, Lakers' daddy? That's what they call him." He was like, "God bless his soul. This shit ain't over." So I know that this has been marked off on the Lakers calendar. Even if you listen to media day for the LA Lakers, you heard guys like Anthony Davis, LeBron James saying that the Nuggets were kind of rubbing it in and that they're really excited and can't wait for this first game. I even heard KCP for the Nuggets even talk about it a little bit and said that it was personal, but it wasn't personal, and they just wanted to stick it to the Lake Show. So I'm not sure how much the Nuggets will care about this first game compared to how much I think the Lakers care about it. So when I think about it from that aspect and just the upgrades that they made to this team this season, really deep, et cetera, I think getting points with the Lakers is a good place to be in this first matchup. How do you feel about that, Wham Bam?
Yeah, I think that's my approach as well. I think we've seen this team beat them in competitive fashion 4 times in a row. All 4 games were pretty competitive. There were not really any, landslides, and I think there were lead changes in both of those games, all 4 of those games, of course. So I like to look at what you're saying and just kind of add to they kind of actually got worse. You know what I mean? As far as the Denver Nuggets, they got worse as far as not having a second line of defender. They have Aaron Gordon, who's their key guy, but last year it was mostly Bruce Brown taking up a lot of the dirty work for him, getting those extra loose rebounds. You can't really depend on Michael Porter Jr. to be that guy. I think that it's a little bit sweeter on the perimeter than it was last year for this Denver Nuggets team. And then along with the Lakers kind of got a lot better, on the shooting wise. Some guys didn't know their roles last year. You said it. They got, ran into this team. It was kind of quickly added to the team. And I like the Lakers getting points as well. So I am on the Lakers +5. I took a money line as well. Did what we call a ski line, you know what I'm saying, on that one. And then also I like some props in this game as well, but I know we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for the most part, yeah, I think the Lakers are in a good spot here. I'm not sure if they're fat and happy or not. They're going to be competitive here, but are they going to be as motivated as the Lakers not trying to lose, multiple times? I think the Lakers are going to have an agenda to get right with some of these teams like Denver, like the Clippers, because they actually have backup now. So I like the Lakers to, do a little revenge season here. So start you early, and I like the +5.
All right, we kind of lining up the same way there. I'm looking at my chat on YouTube. A couple comments here. People mostly liking people saying they love the play, loving the breakdown, also asking if me, you, and Dutch are gonna link up this season. We're gonna make it happen. We just a little bit we didn't have it together right now yet, but we're gonna get it there. We'll make it happen one way or another, I'm sure. But props that guys are looking towards. I know you said you're looking at props, and you did really good with props last year, Wham. So, I'm gonna be focused more on sides and totals, but I'll look at a couple of props, and I'm gonna be, trying to follow a little or follow some of the ones that you're looking at. In the chat, S. Warrior likes AD over his rebounds and blocks. Bill McDonald likes LeBron points over 23 and a half, Reeves over 1.5 threes, and Porter Jr. over 5.5 rebounds. Daniel, liking the point that you brought up, no more Bruce Brown. When I'm thinking about props for this game, I get a little bit nervous. Like the last thing I was eating with last year for the Lakers was like Austin Reeves over his assists, Austin Reeves points plus assists.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I'm not sure where to go in this first game. It makes me a little bit nervous. Is there any of these props? Justin, he even says AD over 40 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. He says it's at plus 120. Any of these sound appealing to you, or any other props you're kind of looking at? Durant maybe with Bill unhealthy and maybe Booker not playing.
Yeah, Sean, we'll talk a little bit more about what you just mentioned there. But on this game, yeah, I do. It's some props that I haven't bet that I am still keeping my eye on, like like 80 to get at least 8-3. I think it was like -130. Obviously, you see what he was doing in the preseason, trying to shoot more threes. The shot looked like it's coming back to that bubble form, so that's good news for Laker fans and such. So if he gets open, I think he may be able to get one of those threes there. We're not expecting Jokic to play that much defense from the perimeter anyway, so he might be able to get a couple of those off as far as good looks. So I like that. That's something I haven't bet. But what I did bet was D'Angelo Russell over 13.5 points. Starting to move in my favor. I think that's a good look. I think he's one of those guys, even though he's coming off the bench, we know that he's not going to start. He's probably going to finish the game. And he's going to be one of those guys that even if LeBron's shot is not falling or AD is starting to get a little bit more focus on the defensive side of the ball, him and Reeves is going to be one of those guys I think that's going to be involved a lot in this game. I'm not sure. I want to see how Gabe Vincent is, if that's going to take away from D'Lo, but I don't think it's going to take away from him enough just because the revenge factor, how much D'Lo really sucked against this team. I think he's going to have a chip over his shoulder today. So I like D'Lo today. Out of everybody, really. So that's the reason why I bet that over 13.5 points. That's the play that I'm going to be rocking with today in this game. But as far as the other game, as far as props, I like Curry, man. I think Curry goes crazy tonight. It's not no Jordan Poole. You got the boy CP3 out there. You got Clay out there, but only person I'm trusting is going to be Curry, and I think he gets to 30 plus. And you said it, Bill just got announced out. So is it going to be Booker or is it going to be KD? I think I got Moonoff like KD. I think I'm gonna ride with my boy Moonoff there. That's how I'm gonna rock with that. But yeah, I like the chef tonight. Shout out to Casey out there in the chat. Yeah, I like the chef
tonight. And they liking what you got to say in the YouTube comment section as well. And again, I think I misspoke. I kind of mixed both games in there. I was talking about KD. We was talking about the first game, but I'll get it together. It's a lot of multitasking, and it's been a while since I did this kind of a show. So just bear with me, forgive me. And I didn't even put the thing up there. There it goes. So a couple more things they're liking in the chat, or a couple more comments from the chat. Ron Crawford, he's liking Lakers plus the points and liking the Warriors on the money line. Randy asking where can he purchase one of these Skee Life shirts. Should have already had that set up, but I'll get to doing something like that. And Wham Bam with a reminder. Yeah, if you liking what you're hearing, if you're liking the show, hit the like button. It does help me out quite a bit. Munaf, he's not on the show on the stage here, but he's in the chat on YouTube. He says he likes Austin Reeves over 1.5 threes, and he likes Rui over 9.5 points. So Munaf locked in with those props already. KC, I see her in the chat. She says D'Lo feeling himself right now too. Yeah, I like D'Lo playing that defense, man, because if you don't play no defense, he gonna get ran off the court. So I like how D'Lo's locked in right now as well. Hopefully he goes over those points for you. The total, I don't really have a strong feel. So unless you have anything on the total, Wham, I'll probably move on over to the next. Oh, we got my boy Munaf. What up, Munaf?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you been? How you feeling today?
Not too bad, bro. NBA is back, so we're back in action. But I agree about everything you guys already said about the Lakers game. Not going to regurgitate everything. I'm on the Lakers as well, plus 5.5. Puts him on the money line as well, and then took Austin Reeves over 1.5 3-point shots made. Took Rui Hachimura coming off the bench over 9.5 points. I feel like that number was a little conservative for him. He's going to be the first or second guy coming off of the bench. I don't know you, but Lakers fans probably know better, but he's going to be a key piece this season. He's coming off the big contract signing with the Lakers as well. So those were the two props I was looking at least in the Lakers game. But Lakers, I agree with you guys about the Lakers for sure.
Yeah, I think Rui's going to get a lot of minutes. I mean, he was pretty key when we were playing the Nuggets in the playoffs last year, and I definitely think he can get 10 points in this game. So I think that's a really good look. Casey in the chat real quick says Murray points in that Lakers game for her. Nuggets lost of depth. She thinks Murray's going to have to step up tonight. 21.5 points. She likes the over. Javi in the chat says D'Lo assist. AD over 23.5 points. Curry over 30.5. A lot of good stuff here. So either one of you guys on the total, or shall we move over to the next game?
I was leaning towards like a Lakers team total over. I think our guy Chris, pointed me in the direction that the Lakers were playing with the fastest pace in the preseason. I don't know if take a lot away from the preseason, but if they're going to try to get up and down the court here, I think that they can probably get over their team total here uh, in this first game against the Denver Nuggets. But as far as a full game total, I didn't have a feel on it.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing for the total either.
I know last season and maybe even the past couple seasons, Nuggets were more like a first half team over, but it being the first game, I don't think I'd want to trust that. They might come out a little rusty, but over the course of the game, I could get with that. I think the Lakers can definitely score on this group. So enough on that game. Let's move over, and I gotta remember to do the banners on YouTube. Let's move over to Suns at Warriors. This game opened Warriors -1.5. It flipped at one point to Warriors as an underdog. Now we see Warriors as high as -3.5. The total opened 230.5. I did see it get up to like the 235 range, but with the injuries, it's come back down and it looks like it's about 233, 233.5 at most shops. Injury report here, and let me hit the refresh button just in case we got some Booker news while I've been on. Booker is still game time decision. I believe last thing I saw was he's 50-50. He's going to try to go warm up and see if he can go tonight. Bradley Beal is listed as unlikely. I believe it's a back issue or something like that, and they're just trying to be a little bit more cautious with him. So, this kind of changes a lot of the ways I think about this game from when I was thinking about it over the whole summer. I'm glad I waited to play. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, but Draymond Green out for the Warriors. That's the only person on the injury report for them. So I do kind of wish I got in with the Warriors. Now seeing that, Booker and Bill might not play, I think they should definitely win the game at home. Although I don't like taking them usually without Draymond. The total, it makes me a little bit nervous to be going back to over if we're going to be missing so many points. Like I know Draymond is not the best scorer, etc., but he's a great playmaker and he helps out the offense quite a bit. I would want him out there, and I definitely would want Bill or Booker out there. So it makes me nervous if I would be looking towards an over. I think I would feel more comfortable back in Golden State in this one. But what I did play was a prop here, and we're gonna go. I shared it on Wager Talk today. We're gonna go Yusuf Nurkic over 8.5 rebounds. It was between -115 and -120 when I played it this morning. I haven't had a chance to look at it again, but he averages 9.1 rebounds last year, and without Draymond, opposing starting centers averaged a little bit under 11 rebounds per game last year. And like I said earlier in the breakdown, I just think, the first game of the season, a lot of potential for the first half to show some rust. And, I expect Nurkic to be matched up with Kevon Looney. He's not a perimeter threat. He's just going to be chilling by the rim and grabbing boards. So um, hopefully, for the sake of this prop, we see a lot of, first quarter bricks and he gets, like halfway there or something, and then we can cruise to an over 8.5 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic. I'm gonna kick it to Wham Bam first. I know you mentioned was it Durant? Oh no, it was Curry over 30.5. But anything else you were looking at in this Suns and Warriors game?
What I was thinking, what my guy Nunoff was about to say, I take it to him because what he has to say about Durant kind of ties in with the injury there, and that's something I haven't locked in yet. But I am on this Curry though. I like Curry. I think just the fact that they don't have Poole, you said it, they're gonna have a lot of Paul probably now, right? Because you're gonna have Draymond out there doing the distributing the ball, so you probably get a little bit more Chris Paul. I think you get a lot of Kaminga. I think they're scared. I don't see no Kaminga props, bro. I think they don't want.
They scared for sure.
Yeah, they for sure scared of Kaminga for sure. So I don't see no Kaminga props anywhere. But yeah, other than that though, yeah, I think Curry goes off, and I like what Moon about to say.
All right. Wham Bam likes Curry to go off. In the chat, I'm seeing Bill McDonald says Chris Paul the ball over his old team, his points and assists, but also Warriors -3. And Ron Crawford, he has a 16-3 situation. I think that's what he's saying. He likes the Warriors straight up on the money line. Bill also says Looney rebounds should be money too. And Daniel likes Nurkic over 2.5 assists. Any of those sound like something you would like, or are you looking in a different direction?
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the over. I'll tell you the Warriors here tonight. We've talked about how good the Warriors are just at home, right? I know last season on the road they were not very good, but if you take a look since the 2020 season, this Warriors team at home, the line is they're favored by 4 or less. They're 32, 15, and 1 against the spread. That's about 68%. 34 and 14 straight up. That's close to 71%. Um, you mentioned that Bradley Bill's going to be out for sure in this game. He's sitting with a back issue. And I think that even if Devin Booker's able to go in this game, I mean, how effective is he going to be, especially with dealing with a toe injury, right? I think that if he knew for sure that he was going to play in this game, like, that would be already be announced. But I think that even if he does go, I think that Durant was just from a pure shot volume perspective, I think Durant's going to get over his points of 30 and a half. He's definitely shot around some 29 and a half out there as well. But they also look at the depth for the Phoenix Suns. I mean, does anybody really excite you to fill in and score points? I mean, maybe the only guy that can create his own shot on this team is, or coming off the bench, is probably Eric. I mean, how effective is he going to be? But I think it should be a big boy. Yeah, I mean, that's my boy. That again, it's Durant's first game back in Bay Area since he left the Warriors. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up anywhere from 25 to 30 shots here tonight. I think they're going to need everything they can get from Kevin Durant, but I like the point that Wham brought up that even without Draymond Green, you have Chris Paul that can still run your offense and get these guys in the right spots. Obviously, doesn't have that chemistry that Draymond has with the Splash Brothers, but CP3 will get these guys in the right span so he can command that offense. I would look at it with his assist to go over 7.5. I think that was at minus 105 as of this morning. Should play anywhere from 25 to 28 minutes. I do like the Curry angle as well. Feels like a Warriors team total over maybe in play here as well. But as far as the side, I'm with you guys. -3, -3.5, where you can get on the Warriors here. I know it's moved out after the injury news, but give me the Warriors here tonight to get business at home.
And it might come back down a little bit. I saw it pop up just now. Devin Booker says he's gonna play in the opener tonight.
Okay.
So, and if you're trying to back the Warriors still, maybe wait a few minutes. You'll probably see that come down from 3.5 closer to where it was. But, it opened at 1.5. So good stuff on that. Question here from EQ on YouTube. He says, "Are we quick to assume Nurkic fits like a puzzle piece on this team?" I mean, I think at least in his first game, he's going to be out there on the floor. Like they didn't get him to just have him ride the bench, so I think he'll be all right in his first game. Let me see a couple more comments. I think that's it for this one. Justin says he stepped on Nurkic over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Casey's liking that CP3 assist that you mentioned, Munaf. She's liking Wiggins over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and Clay at 19.5 points. G5 came in here. He said it's a contract year for Clay. He's going to be firing. I agree. He didn't get that extension. He said this is going to be the best season he's ever had. He definitely, I expect him to fire. So maybe that could be a sleeper on Clay. But only prop I'm going to have in my pocket for this first game will be Nurkic over 8.5 rebounds. So that is today's NBA. I have opinions. I mean, I did my stuff on Wager Talk. I took the Lakers to win the West, and I took the Celtics to win the East. Um, any opinions on those two from you guys? Do you guys agree, disagree, or no big opinions?
I really like the roster that the Lakers put together in the offseason. I mean, they got pretty much the key guys back from last season. You talk about the Austin Reeves of the world, or Rui Hachimura's of the world. I really like the pickup of Gabe Vincent. No, I think you guys can agree, being Lakers fans, that 3-point shooting was something that was lacking for this team last season. So Austin Reeves now getting the contract, being a full year into his Lakers system. Darvin Ham implementing his system in the second year as the head coach for this team as well. I'm interested to see what Gabe Vincent does. We saw what he did with the Miami Heat last season in the playoff run to the NBA Finals. So I think on paper, this team is one of the deepest teams. I think it takes a lot of pressure off of LeBron as well. I think obviously the key every single year is going to be the health of Anthony Davis. And I think that if he does play 65, 70 games, I mean, he could be in that conversation. But yeah, I would not be surprised if it's like a team as the number one seed in the Western Conference Finals. Really means that at that point, maybe Anthony Davis or LeBron is in consideration for MVP. But as far as Boston goes, yeah, I mean, it's top heavy, right? It's Milwaukee and Boston. And after that, Cleveland, I think he improved as well. They addressed the 3-point shooting as well. They picked up Georges Niang and Screws with Mike Heat as well. But I'm going to take it down here from the Sixers as well, especially with all the hard stuff going on. But yeah, I think Boston will be right back up there in the Eastern Conference Finals again, at least at minimum of this upcoming year.
All right.
Yeah, man. I agree with. Of course, I agree with you with the Lakers report. I'm not even going to waste anybody's time with that. But as far as the Boston, I think they did a lot of good things. It's going to be interesting to see how the flow of the offense is. You know, they always had a problem about guys dribbling the ball. Did they correct that? I don't think so. So gonna have to see how that plays out. And then also, I think the East is going to be a bloodbath as well. So I think that's probably the little trickiest one, to be honest with you, because I just think the East is going to be tricky. I think the Cavs, even though there's Donovan Mitchell, things are going up, about him leaving. I think they are pretty good now that they got some wing help with Max Strus and the boys over there coming off the bench there. And I do like Imani Brooke. I do like Imani Bates as well. So I want to see how that plays out with the Cavs. And and it's just for me, it's the only thing I bet on future wise is Indiana Pacers to make the playoffs. I got it at plus 130 right now. You're probably getting like minus 160 or something like that. So it is what it is. I'm not giving that out to nobody else.
All right, good stuff. I want to ask you guys one last question about these futures. And I'm seeing S. Warrior in the chat. He says, heck no on Celtics. And then he says, Heat once again sneaking in the Eastern Conference Finals. Come to the dark side. Do you guys think the Heat did they get any better? Are they still alive this year? Do you think they can sneak in there once again, even if they're not your pick?
I'll start that one off. I don't think they could do it this year, but I said that every year they did it. I don't know, bro. It's tough. We're gonna have to see. You know what I mean? He did do the weird hair, the emo haircut, so that might be meaning something. I agree with you. I mean, they really do. I mean, we heard the rumors about Dane wanting to end up in Miami for the Miami Heat, but I think a lot of it is going to depend on what you get out of Tyler Hero this season and if he's able to stay healthy going into the playoffs, right? Because he got injured in round one against the Milwaukee Bucks, and maybe if he was there, it may have been a different outcome for the Miami Heat or the Denver Nuggets in the finals. But I'm curious to see if they do make more additions come trade deadline because they kind of swung and missed on the Damian Lillard sweepstakes. But I think for Miami, I don't think they care about the regular season. Like, I think if they get in as a top 6 seed, like they know that in a 7-game series with a healthy squad, with Jimmy Butler, with Bam, and with Tyler Hero, like they can beat anybody. We saw that last season. And I know it was a 3-point shooting that really carried them to the NBA Finals, but you still have Eric Spoelstra, who's, in my opinion, is a top 3 head coach for sure. Jimmy Butler, we know, is a dog. Hopefully he's healthier in the playoffs this year than he was last season. But the two guys I'm looking at that's going to be key for the Miami Heat this year is going to be Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson because they paid Duncan Robinson all that money. He had some flashes in the playoffs last year, and I think that it should be a big year for Tyler Hero. But, yeah, I don't think they care about the regular season. Would I be surprised if they're back in the Eastern Conference Finals? Not at all, just because they have that dominant talent in the Miami.
I agree. I would not be surprised at all. Dream, what's good, my guy? We ran through the NBA 2 games and we talked a little bit of futures. How you been? How you feeling today? Anything you like?
What's the vibes, my guy? Football is well with everybody. I got one straight bet. Excuse me, I'm in my car driving, that's why I come on sooner. But yeah, I got one straight bet I put in this blow money bet and some thoughts. So I played Anthony Davis over 11.5 rebounds on Bet Rivers minus 135. I took the juice. he had more than 14 rebounds every game when the Lakers played the Nuggets in the playoffs, except for one. He had 14 plus rebounds every game except for one. And while he was playing 40 minutes, and I don't expect him to play 40 minutes tonight, he did average 12 and a half rebounds just for the season on 34, 35 minutes for the Lakers. So I expect AD to come out tonight and get his average of 12 to 13 rebounds. So I drank the juice and took over 11 and a half rebounds for AD. As far as just the Laker game in general, I love Austin Reeves points plus assists just because it was a wagon toward the end of last year. I just can't fuck with it, man. I'm a Laker fan too. I love the moves, and with all these moves, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I don't know if Gabe Vincent, like I think Gabe Vincent assists at 1.5 minus 140. That would generally be a fucking steal, but I don't know if Gabe is going to get 15 minutes or 25 minutes tonight. I don't know if Gabe is just going to be in the corner shooting or they're going to let him play the backup point guard. So I really need to get my eyes, and I haven't had a chance to look at much of the preseason either. So I'm going to have to get my eyes on the Lakers just to have an idea where I want to attack. But if I just knew what I knew last year, I would definitely be on Austin Reeves points plus assists. I'm with y'all. I think the Lakers win tonight actually outright, but I love him with the points. Aaron Gordon, I would look under his points. I think that his line based off his finals performances, Aaron Gordon line, it was 14 and a half, probably 13 and a half now. It could be 11 and a half, 12 and a half, in my opinion. And for the Suns game, I just got Booker to hit 4 threes. I'm glad he got ruled in. The fact that his toe is hurt makes me feel better about him jacking up a bunch of threes tonight. So I didn't do nothing but play Booker 4 threes at plus 450 on DraftKings last night. That's all I got. Oh, and of course, I love the Bucks to win the chip because I got them at plus 750 before the game. So yeah, I'm on the Bucks to win the East End chip.
All right, so that's where we'll butt heads, and we'll have some fun if we get there in the Eastern Conference Finals. These shows get a little bit spicy around that time of the year, but good stuff from you, Dream. I'm liking what you got to say on the props, and it's good to be back on the show doing it with you guys. I really miss doing this, and ready to make some money with it too. Let's move over. We talked NBA. Let's move over a little bit to MLB. I've been before getting smacked up yesterday. I've been doing pretty good. I just looked at this game a little bit. I didn't love it, but I'll go through it with you guys. Arizona and Philly. This one, the total opened at 8.5. We see it pretty much 8 everywhere. It doesn't look like, as far as the money line, it didn't really move too much from the opener. Around minus 160 if you want Philly, about plus 145, 146 if you would like the D-backs. And there you go. My guy want to come back.
I can't hear on the spaces, bro.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, it just wham down. So when I look at this game, honestly, in baseball playoffs, I'm coming to the conclusion I like betting games 1 through 5. Once it starts getting to they're seeing the same guys again and again and again, it just becomes a little bit more unpredictable for me. But when I look at Fat, he's even though he had a good outing last time, I still just don't trust him. From what I've seen over the course of the season, he didn't look like a good pitcher. Maybe he just needed some time. But season ERA 5.3, last 3 starts a lot better. 12 innings pitched, 2.13. Ranger Suarez, generally not a guy that I love to trust, but he's been pitching pretty good lately. I did back him, or at least I backed him towards an under when he was playing the Braves. He pitched amazing. His last 3 starts, 14 innings pitched, 0.64 ERA. So he's been doing his part. And I looked at, go pull it back up again so I can be 100%. But game sevens, and I looked at this because of yesterday, but game sevens in MLB, they are 42. I looked at it for under 9, so maybe I should have went back and looked. I saw 8.5 earlier. It's 42, 13 and 5, 42, 14 and 5 under 9, and the total here is 8. So that makes me think, in games like this, it's going to be all hands on deck. I mean, it is. It's win or go home. So I think you're going to get the best from all of the pitchers, and I want to try to back an under if I play these kind of games. I know the Phillies have been really good hitting at home all year. I think at home in the playoffs they average close to like 5 runs per game. But in this kind of scenario, it makes me nervous. Arizona's bullpen has been surprisingly really good. So just the lean for me at the moment, lean towards under 8, and I don't feel comfortable at the current price to back the Phillies. Munaf, I know you got to play. You jump back up here. How you feeling about this one?
Yeah, obviously, I don't want to lay the minus 175 price with the Phillies right now, but I agree about what you said about Ben Fott in this spot. Then you go back to the regular season. I mean, he wasn't good at Chase Field, and he wasn't good on the road either, right? He made 9 road starts, 1-4 with a 5.30 ERA. I understand he was really good against the Phillies back at home, and then against the Dodgers as well. But I don't trust him in his spot, man. I think the key in this series, if you are going to, or in this game, if you are going to bet the Phillies, is that Ranger Suarez is really going to have to contain the bats within those first couple innings. And if he's able to do that, I think the Phillies have a good chance of not only winning this game, but also covering the run line on -1.5. Because we saw against not only the Milwaukee Brewers, but against the Dodgers as well, that the Diamondbacks were able to get out early in those games. They scored runs in the first couple innings, and they were able to maintain the lead. But and we also saw that in Game 6 as well, right? They got out to a 3-1 lead, and they were able to pitch well enough to force a Game 7. Ranger Suarez, like you mentioned, he's been really good in the postseason as well. I trust him here at home. I really do like Ranger Suarez on his outs issue to go over 10.5. It is a little bit juiced at -140, but I trust him to go at least 4 innings here. That'll get you to 12 outs. So that's one play I do have in this game. And if you think Brent Fott doesn't get off to a great start, his earned runs allowed are at 1.5 at -135. I think the Phillies bat they come out early in this game and try to get a lead over Brent Fott. I think that if they're able to really work the count against Brent Fott and draw some walks and get on base, I think that they'll be able to score some runs. So backing, Ranger Suarez over 10.5 outs issued, and then Brandon Fott over 1.5 earned runs allowed. Because if Brandon Fott gets pulled early, that means he gave up, runs early to the Phillies. So those are the two I was looking at. Full game. You go back to the last season when they made their World Series postseason run. Especially at home, the Phillies were 12-3. That's including this postseason. 10 of those 12 wins came by at least 2 runs. So, like you mentioned, Steve, I trust the bats more for the Phillies at home, and that if they do take care of business here tonight, it'll be by multiple runs. So if you look at on the run line, -1.5 +120 right now, those are the 3 looks that I did have in this game for Game 7.
Hey, there you go. Munaf coming with 2 props and a side out there. You make it sound good, but I don't know. Something I just feel a little bit nervous about this game. I'm probably going to root you on from the sideline. Wham Bam, you touching any baseball today? I was trying to see if Antonio is on here. I know Antonio is going to have something on the baseball, but I'm gonna stay on the sidelines. I'll root for Munaf.
Yeah, I'm a root from too, bro. I'm gonna stay away from baseball. Just I want to lock in and focus in on NBA today and tomorrow. I have a lot of props I'm looking at too, so I'm just locking in tomorrow too.
I agree. I feel like I'll be back on a little bit baseball once we get settled in NBA and it's World Series time. So I guess that's the show. Unless anybody else, I'm not talking any college football. I'm not touching none of that. So unless anybody else has some college football, that will be all. I don't even have. It's been so long since I've done this show. I don't have the banner for my. There we go. The best bet segment. There we go. I still got it. So before I give the best bet, I do want to let you guys know that I am the $2 Tuesday at Wager Talk. I have a play I really really love up and available, and I'll let you know that it does go tomorrow. If you're looking for a play for today, you do not want to be going to get that one. I do have another play for today, but honestly, I put that play. These lines have been up for so long. I would feel, pretty bad if I just give it out to everybody for the people who actually, subscribe at Wager Talk. Who it just doesn't seem fair. So I am going to give a play as a best bet. But if you want my 5%, you guys know where to find them. With that said, I want to give you guys a play for today, and I'll sneak one in early for tomorrow because I saw a comment about it. I did talk about it on Wager Talk today, and I think the line is going to continue to move. For today, best bet for the show, we'll go Nurkic over the 8.5 rebounds. I listed a lot of reasons why I like it, and we'll rock with that for the show's best bet. And I think tomorrow, you should jump ahead and take those Atlanta Hawks. It opened -1.5. Last I saw, I'll take a look at it really quick. Just scroll back over here. Last I saw it was 3.5. So I only think it's going one way. And I saw somebody in the chat earlier say they think that's the way the line is looking, how it's looking, it's going to be a smack city spot. So I agree with that. Take Nurkic over 8.5 rebounds tonight and lock in the Atlanta Hawks early for tomorrow. Wham Bam, you have a best bet for the people for today?
Best bet. Lakers +5. Get paid.
Love it. Munaf, you rock with some baseball or NBA?
I agree with Wham on the Lakers here. Got a 5.5. Definitely shop around. There's just some 5.5s out there. I love the Raymond Suarez out issued over 10.5. It's a little bit juiced at -140, but you can only pay that big if you lose the bet. Speaking of the Hawks, my best bet or my favorite win total that I actually pounded was the Atlanta Hawks over 42.5 wins this upcoming season. And also sprinkled them on to win that Southeast Division at +220. So I'm really high on the Hawks for this upcoming year.
I like the Hawks too. I think they're live if everything goes according to plan. Dream, you gave a couple, a lot of props actually, not a couple. Is there one you like a little bit more than the rest?
Yeah, man. The only one that I put in is that AD over 11.5. That Rivers -135. You can only get to 12.5. That's fine as well. That's my best bet. And tomorrow, I already locked in the Kings -1.5 on the road. Playing Utah. So that's a bet I put in for tomorrow already.
Good stuff. You got some look ahead. You got multiple action from everybody here. And just a reminder that this show is live on YouTube. So if you want to go back and listen, I did tweet out the YouTube link, and I'll go back and add, the timestamp so you can go and find the games wherever you like to go. It's been really good doing this show again. I really enjoy doing this. I love talking to all you guys. A lot of great insight, and we've been doing this for a while and making money. So, NBA season is here. I know we touch all different sports, but when NBA is here, I'm doing this every day. So we'll be live every single day. And best of luck if you tell. Good luck everybody on all your action. Please hit the like button for me if you guys enjoyed the show, as it does help me out. And I'll catch y'all again tomorrow.